Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're doing well. Today we're in the lovely city of Zurich. The reason why we're here is because we're going to make a very cool collaboration piece with a burger place. And the reason for the connection is because it's from two alumni from my university. And they reached out and they wanted to create a burger, that I would create a burger for them. And so we're just going to check it out. We're going to first meet them and let's get to it. I'm super excited about this collaboration piece because I'm very curious to see sort of how they run their business, how they sort of started. So I think that's definitely something I'm going to dial in with them, test a little bit, because I think something that I want to do in the future is also open up a restaurant. So I think I'm a little bit lucky with the alumni connection. And then in addition to creating a burger for them, which I think is going to be very cool. What I forgot to mention, this is going to be probably split into a mini series, and I think later on we're going to test maybe some burger ideas, and you can maybe also contribute in sort of the brainstorming, which then will hopefully help us sell an amazing and incredible burger. So I think we're about to get there, and let's get to it. Hello, Jos. How are you?
How are you, Cedric?
Hello, Ivalu.
How are you?
Or two, one, you never know. We're excited about this collaboration piece. And yeah, exciting what you have to share.
So yeah, we wanted to tell you a little bit about how we started Sando. As you know, we all went to EHL. I finished in 2016.
Me 2018.
And we didn't really know each other back then.
No.
We both worked in Tokyo at the same time.
So there was like these EHL gatherings in Japan, and I think we were the only ones working in restaurants.
Yes.
So that's kind of how we bonded.
Yeah, we shared a lot in common, but it didn't go further than this. Like, it was just like bonding. Then I had to come back to Switzerland to work for the family, and then I had the opportunity to open any restaurant in any concept, let's say in a food court in Geneva. I really don't know why, and I don't remember why I thought of you. For obvious reasons, she's very talented and I liked what she did. But it was very clear to me, it was destiny, I guess.
It was more like they handed us this space and we were like, okay, what fits in this space? And we did it more like that. But in the end, it turned out to be something really cool that we really love.
No, we wanted something that's comfortable enough for local people to understand very quickly, which was the burger concept, and bring something little twist to it that we both have in common, which is the Japanese twist. She's not Japanese, but she knows more about Japanese culinary history than I do. And yeah, that's how it started. And now, as she said, we are realizing how much people like burgers. Day, night, weekend, weekdays, weekends, family, couple, business workers, and everyone loves burgers.
Yeah, and it doesn't change. It's always there, always has been. I feel always will be.
At that time, there was not a lot of smash burgers in Switzerland. We were one of the first ones, I would say, in Geneva.
I think zero.
And that we should highlight it.
There was zero back in the days, guys. Zero.
We did events, street food festival in Geneva, a pop-up in Zurich, Habe. Everyone was talking about us for 3 months. It was only 3 months, actually. Yeah, we launched this campaign on Instagram saying we would offer free burgers for life for anyone who would help us find a permanent location in Zurich. Newspapers loved it. We received, dozens and dozens of messages per day. And that's how we came up with the idea to open a Sando here.
Thanks, Jos, for the nice explanation.
Of course.
I have two questions. Of course, the first question is the burger of the month, and the other question I had, which one is actually your favorite burger out of the ones? Is it still here or it changes?
Look, so to start with the burger of the month, there are two reasons why we started it. First reason is to keep our staff motivated. We thought maybe why don't we give a chance to our staff members to basically submit their ideas with the costing, with the recipes, everything already ready, to submit it to Ivalu, and if she approves, then we sell their burger for a month and £1 per burger sold goes to the staff after with their next paycheck.
Very cool.
Which gives them the creativity, motivation, but also financial. It's also financially interesting. And then we started also doing partnerships with the famous and chefs we like to work with. So for example, this one is a vegetarian burger that the chef Andy from the restaurant Rechberg. I don't know if the pronunciation is correct. Yeah, it's exciting also for the customers, to have something new every month that they can come and discover. Some people come like twice a week, every single week. So to have something new is always exciting. When it comes to my favorite burger, so that is a very hard question, but I think that I would still go for the miso bacon.
Miso bacon?
Yes. The miso bacon is an absolute banger.
So you would recommend the miso bacon or something else?
Miso bacon. The other one would be the bestseller, the teriyaki tamago. Teriyaki is the name of the sauce.
Okay,
It's teriyaki sauce.
Yeah.
And tamago means egg, literally egg in Japanese, because of the crispy fried egg that we put in it. And it's Japanese people love eggs, so you should know that we put eggs everywhere. And to have it in a burger, it makes the burger, first of all, look sexy. Like, when you pierce this egg when you're eating it, it's like, dripping everywhere. It's like, this nice little touch that you want in a burger. And once again, it makes the burger very smooth and very creamy with the cheese, taco and mayo. It's an absolute banger as well. And that is probably the best seller we have.
Very cool. Well, next step is trying a burger.
Let's go.
Let's do it. So Ivalu, I heard you're a phenomenal cook.
Thank you.
It's true, no? I mean, it's successful here. But yeah, what I'm curious about is what you recommend. What burger should we try?
Perfect.
And also what I was curious about was you also mentioned you created the bun. It sounded like specific.
Yeah. Japanese milk bread, it's called shokupang, and it's super common and popular in Japan. Like if you eat this like actual milk bread in Japan, I mean we try our best with this recipe and it's a really nice bun. But when you eat the milk bread, the shokupang in Japan, it's so fluffy. I don't even know what they do because you can read it everywhere, and I'm sure they are lying to us when they give us that recipe because it's never like the one you buy, even like in the cheapest 7-Eleven convenience store. And I always wanted to have a burger in that bun, and I mean I'm not gonna take credit for that because there's a lot of burger joints in Japan that when you read the menu they write like shokupang for the buns of the burger, and I was like, oh, I would like to try to do that too. And then I tried out the recipes of the milk bread but just shaping them like burger buns, and then we found a baker partner in Geneva who made the recipes with us, and now we're using that. So we call them shokubuns.
It's very nice.
Yeah, but it's inspired in that Japanese milk
cool.
bread.
So, what burgers are we creating? What's
I
the
heard
recommendation?
his favorite burger is miso bacon, so we'll make that one. Teriyaki tamago because it's on one of our best sellers, so we'll make that one. And I like karachiki, which is spicy fried chicken, so we'll make that one because that's my favorite. So
nice.
We'll make 3.
I feel very lucky the fact that you're making the burger for me. So
no, Helmut will help me, no?
So how would you? I mean, that's curious, but how would you explain your management style? Has it changed? It seems like it has changed.
It's very important that they know that I am very aware that your life is 1,000 times more important than you. So if you have a birthday or if you have anything that matters to you, you will go there and don't come to work because if you're happy outside of work, you'll work better.
So if anyone wants a job, Ivalu's telling you well.
I'm scared, they smash so nicely. Let's see if they can smash like them. Usually when you do smash burgers, you smash them and then you flip both sides and then you put one on top of the other. But here we just keep this one faced up and we flip one on top of the other. So this part is still a little bit cold and this part is still a little bit cold. So if you do it in the right amount of time, the middle should still be a little bit red because we don't flip both and it doesn't cook fully through in the middle.
Yeah.
So it's obviously not going to be as juicy as a thick burger, but we try to at least keep the middle. And plus the onions are cold, so it kind of like it's gonna keep the middle kind of a little bit more juicy than if you were to flip both sides, you know?
Let's do
We
it.
caramelized onion. Better to almost kindly prepared. We'll put it again on the top.
You're doing.
This one is miso bacon. So what I like about the burgers, they should be very straightforward. So if you're bacon burger, it should be a bacon burger. Bacon goes well with barbecue sauce, so we made kind of our own barbecue sauce using umeboshi. So it's just the meat, the cheese, the barbecue sauce with the bacon, and a little Japanese mayo for balance. And then you have karachiki, which should be a Korean-inspired fried chicken burger, but with a little Japanese hint. So we make a traditional gochujang glaze that they use to marinate the fried chicken in Korea, but we use a lot of soy sauce, dashi, to make it a little bit Japanese, a little coleslaw with Japanese flavors and pickled ginger, gari, it's called in Japan. And the last one is one of our best sellers, which is very straightforward Japanese with caramelized onions, caramelized, the beef teriyaki sauce, which is a little sweet, the egg that I like to serve with the crunchy egg whites, and the runny yolk, and then our mayo, which we make with sesame oil, a little pickle that is called takuan in Japan. But it should all be very kind of like simple, but not. It's what I think a good burger should be like. Keep it simple as burgers should, but still give it that little twist of yourself.
Let's try the first burger. So we try the first one with the egg. It's true, so already the bread is incredibly fluffy. Delicious. Let's try the second one. And the last one.
And this one is fat, huh?
All are incredibly delicious. It's true, the brioche, I'm not sure if it's brioche, but the bun is incredibly soft. It's really pillowy and really light. I love the meat. The patty is really crispy. Same with the chicken. It's really crispy, crunchy. And what I like is sort of the different combination of sauces. It's something that we saw maybe in a previous video that we did where Gosha tried, or we made a really nice burger as well. Sort of that element of sort of sweet, sour, and salty, and it goes incredibly well. You definitely have that touch of sort of those Japanese flavors coming through. I don't know which ones they are exactly, but it's definitely there. But yeah, absolutely delicious. I think my favorite here is definitely the chicken one. I really like that. The pickles, the crunchy chicken with the, I think the coleslaw salad. It's really refreshing. And then I think that's also the best seller one, which is the, I think with the egg and cheese and beef. That one is absolutely fire, like incredible. Yeah. Any questions?
Hello, hello. That's my turn. I'm
Alright,
gonna
go
start
shop.
with a basic one. I mean, basic, the bestseller.
The
I would
bestseller
say,
one, yeah.
With the egg and everything. Wow. So good.
What do you like about it? Flavor, texture?
Texture, fluffy, perfectly. I would say it's really soft, and you feel really good the flavor. So, egg aspect inside, I think it's really nice touch into juicy. It worked really good. I mean, that's why it's the best seller. You see that. Yeah, for me, 10 of the 10. And wow, teriyaki sauce is really good.
It has sort of like a nice meatiness, like
I love teriyaki. I mean, this kind of sauces, sesame, really good. And the fact is crunchy a little bit, makes a little bit different experience with the burger. But yeah, I will say this one is my favorite because it's more simple one. But for sure this one, and also a little bit spicy. That's
yeah,
really
sort
good.
of a nice kick to it.
It's not bad at all.
You like it? For me personally, I was not convinced.
You don't like pickles?
On the
Yeah.
fence, maybe.
You know, the thing is, I feel like this meat was a little bit more cooked than other one. Maybe also because of that. I will say like
Top seller,
first,
yeah.
second, third.
Okay,
Yeah.
amazing.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
I will definitely come back here.
For which one, the chicken or?
Ooh. I will say I will take like 2. This one
Yeah,
is
because
not that big.
You're a fat ass, that's why.
Every time when I'm eating burgers, it's like 2.
Two, really?
Bro, the last time we took
True,
also
we
2,
smashed
right?
two, yeah, true.
Yeah, every time. I love it.
All right, so how did you like it?
I really love the burger. I think it was nicely balanced. I always love something that has sort of a mixture between savory and sort of that sweet element. And so, especially I think your top seller, I think, was really nice, was really fatty, gourmet. Yeah, right. So I think if you have that burger, you're definitely going to be satisfied. And then the other favorite, I think, it was the chicken one. I really like that one. It was sort of crunchy, meaty, and again, more on that sort of sweet, salty aspect, yeah.
I also watch your videos, and I also
For
realized
cooking or for something else?
you'll never know.
Cooking for me. If you want to know.
You'll never know for either of us. No, I'm kidding. When I watch them for cooking, no, but I noticed that you also like speak or care about this like sweet and savory balance that I think also I didn't even know that I liked so much, but when it's well done, like the balance, and it's not like overpowering sweetness, I think it's very important. I notice you speak about it sometimes with your dishes as well. So.
But I think for me, my biggest question is, what are some of the things that we have to align on? So my question is, your theme here is Japanese. Do you want me to stick to that theme, or do you want me to sort of venture out and it sort of doesn't really matter? And then sort of the other thing I was thinking about was maybe presenting to you and also maybe testing with my community and their feedback, maybe 3 different types of burgers.
For me, of course, ideally, the brand, the identity of Sando is to have some, like, even if it's a little bit this Japanese inspiration, but that is already in the buns, right?
I would value more your input as from you, whatever you want to do for us, it's okay. And of course, we're a Japanese inspired burger joint, but we are collaborating with you, and for me, you can do whatever you want. But having said that, I really like your idea of presenting 3 burgers, and maybe if you want to present one of them with some sort of Japanese inspiration, maybe it's also like a cool challenge for you. If I get like a task and somebody would give me like a constraint within the task, I would also find it challenging for myself, and I think maybe it's interesting for you to see what you can do with that task, and then maybe the other 2 you can do whatever you want. I think for us it's also super interesting and very special to be able to see what you would do without any constraints, so I would also encourage that as well.
What other sort of limitations are there? So vision for me is clear. But in terms of sort of, let's say, limitation, is there limitation in terms of sort of like the budget, the types of produce that you have, or is it again sort of relaxed?
I think in terms of like products, we can source everything as long as if you can find it in Switzerland, we can find it in a restaurant. That's never going to be a problem. Then in terms of budget, obviously we are going to adapt. Like, we are still a business, so whatever it costs us to make your burger, we'll sell it at the reasonable price based on the food cost. So that won't change. Just like be mindful of what people are willing to pay. That's what we also try, because we have also realized there's a price sensitivity until a certain point that we can charge, and then people start to complain or just not buying it. So I think that's one of the hardest things, I think, from having like a burger joint where you want to maintain quality and creativity as high as you can, but then you still have to keep your costs as low as you can. Not for us to keep our costs low, but more so for the people still willing to be able to pay for the product, So it's just more in terms of that, because in the end we can afford whatever products you want, we just have to sell it accordingly.
We did think, when we were sort of brainstorming the ideas, we did think of maybe creating sort of like a really expensive burger as one of the ideas,
I also thought of that. I thought it would be really cool.
Right?
Yeah. And
imagine you had a 100 franc burger. And
I think that's amazing, and I think you should do it. I think exactly what you said is the right thing to do. You should go like crazy, like 100 franc burger. But if you try to be like the 30 franc burger, that's where people are like, what the fuck, man, I'm not gonna pay 30 franc. But once you go like insane, then people
people come for that.
Yeah, then people are gonna come for the insanity. Like, they're gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna eat the 100 franc burger. Yeah.
I'm gonna be very excited about creating the 3 different burgers.
Yeah.
Testing it, checking with my community, also checking maybe with the public, doing some taste testings, and then finally presenting to you in that order.
I just want to go back to our discussion. That I thought would be really exciting is, like, first of all, as you just mentioned, to maybe like the 3rd burger could be something that where we incorporate like the public's opinion, like we wait to hear from our audience to see what they would like, and then we turn it into something that also matches us, to make this the opening or whatever, the launch of these burgers as memorable as possible by bringing like a lot of media influencers, hundreds of people lining up for Cedric's burger.
Expectations.
And one of them gets to go home with Cedric.
Not sure about that one. So it's a wrap. Thank you so much for inviting me, for giving me a wonderful explanation of your business, sort of the ins and outs, allowing us to taste a wonderful burgers. And I'm super excited moving forward and presenting you with hopefully 3 amazing different options for you to try. Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here.
And stay tuned.
We're excited.
So that's a wrap. I really hope you enjoyed today's video, maybe a little bit on the slower pace. I do promise though, in the next episode it's going to get a little bit more interesting. We're going to talk about maybe some of the deliverables that they'll probably send to me, maybe some limitations as we discussed, and then yeah, creating 3 amazing burgers, maybe a question mark or something unsure about, and getting maybe the public to taste it, getting you maybe to rate it as well, and just taking it from there. So thanks for watching, and till next one.